Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 145. There's a notification from the GT Cafe, and it looks like Sarah is waiting for me at the cafe. Talk about having an early time for this week on my birthday, but it's not on the 17th. But today's date is on September 14th. Let's have a good check on the notification before starting out on the segment on the human comedy for race number 1 of 8. Happy birthday, Hyperion-Blue-GT. Happy birthday. Sarah spilled the beans, so I baked you a cake. Aw, that's very nice. I wonder which car should I get. This is very much more surprising to have this part is going to be a one received gift card for this week, but it's not even on the 17th. I wonder what it is. And here it is. Oh yes, that's what I just really want to have. Pagani Sonnet R 2009. Sweet. Very awesome, and this is the perfect gift card that I just really want to have. So folks, the time has come after a month ago I succeeded and complete the Supermaster license, and of course the McLaren MP4/488 at Suzuka Circuit has now been achieved and dominate to be going up into the gold level by having a new latest of the driving physics due to July 2024 update. But it takes patience after having some weeks of both driving physics to be prior to the latest update, has still might have to do some improvement and change up onto the target time is now being set on different records. But good thing I just made it on time, and go achieve to be entered on the next phase will be entered on driving missions. So up I go, and let's go enter to have 8 races in 1 hour endurance on the human comedy. What says about the human comedy is also to have a reference from the 1943 movie in the same name is now going on to have a 7 driving mission after having some previous content update from 2022. But it has 8 races in 4 chili pepper difficulty is about to go challenging up to have a series of racing with different cars to be specifically to go for only an hour of endurance. That's how I'm about to be find out, and get yourself prepared to have some 8 races on racetrack on different specific vehicles. Here we have on race number 1 to be at Tsukuba Circuit by using the Monster Roadster touring car in this 1 race. Pit strategy is vital. Don't forget to have your wet tires ready in case of rain. Alright, that's how I'm about to go to, and we got some few other races is now being related on to 1 hour endurance on different location with using different cars. Just like the Trial Mountain Circuit with using the BAC Mono, Japanese K car at Autopolis International Racing Course for race number 3. Sports car is now being using up on 500 performance point and less to be take place at Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa and Miyabi. There's also to have Group 4 cars is now being featured to be take place at D-Forest Raceway for the same 1 hour endurance to have a minimum of performance to be using on 620 pp and less. And there's going to be having some real car and classic car to have a pre-1979 vehicles at Osage Village to go for 1 hour endurance, and 2 part for the Group 3 cars at Red Bull Ring and Lake Maggiore Circuit for only 1 hour. But this is going to be a very long progress, as I really might need to choose 1 race at a time and just have to go enter participation for 1 hour endurance. Hope I'm ready. It's all about take on 1 race at a time and just have to go forward onto the next round after being received onto the goal. But the good news is, due to the economy update is now being putting up to have the main reward is going to have to go ramp up to have 500,000, 400,000, and 300,000 GT credit in all places by using the receive on the bronze, silver, and gold all together. But there's going to have to take some minimum performance point is now being changed up when using the Monster Roadster touring car to be at 610 or less. 5 racing compound tires is going to have to go by usable, so take your pick and take some tuning up requirement whenever you're going to have to go for it to have some 10 times of fuel consumption and 7 times of tire wear. as the starting grid is now going to be take place on the 15th position for only one race in 60 minutes. Just have to get yourself prepared, and the settings are about to go by mechanical damage will be labeled in light. But be on the lookout, the penalty is about to go heavy, so we have to be expect by caution if there's going to be some minor mistake. So good thing I'm just putting up to have my UDRS Insportec livery by having a good blue style, and a car number on the number 56 is now being racked up and go using on racing hard compound tires on 609.83 pp check and good to go. But available tires, whenever you're going to have to go by 3 compounds on dry surface to be using on the hard, medium, and sub, and be sure to have some rain tires on intermediate and heavy wet. That's how we always have to keep racing well and be on the lookout on incoming weather forecasts is going to take your skills, we'll put it to the test. The real challenge starts right here, right now, and this segment is all about having the most important race of all time when entered to have a 1 hour endurance where to take a lot of decent effort to go focus on first place. I know you guys are about to get yourself prepared, and this is going to be my first time ever to have the main participation for this full walkthrough. We'll have to go all in and have some major strategies to have a good time of condition with a series of forecasts. Here we have 4 GT drivers to have a tip-up interaction on Ryuta Kokubun, T. Yamanaka, Takuma Minasono, and Simon Bishop. So let's give the 4 of them to do some tips of interaction. Hi, I'm Ryuta Kokubun from Japan. I know I didn't place in the qualifiers, but I usually do well in the actual races. Today, my strategy is to burn through lots of rubber and fuel. This will likely increase the number of pit stops, but I'm sure that I'll prevail in the end. Alright, strategy check, and just have to go by power 1 to have some tires and fuel. Good tip from Ryuta Kokubun. Now for T. Yamanaka. It's supposed to rain in the middle of the race. So the question is, should I use intermediate or wet tires? A tough choice of decision, Yamanaka. Every Gran Turismo player always have to keep a good decision by choice whenever it goes by pretty heavier to be on a wet surface. Third tip from Takuma Minasono. In terms of fuel economy, you should be making 2 or 3 pit stops. However, if you set your MFD fuel map to 6, you may be able to make it on 1 stop. Mind you, this track doesn't allow for much overtaking, so if things get crowded up front, you might want to consider making a pit stop and adjusting your strategy. Alright, fuel map on 6 is going to have to take a little bit more patience to buy some time, Takuma Minasono. I'll have to give you advice, and strategy is the fuel method to go by purpose to stay on top of it whenever I have to get up onto the first. So let's see what Simon Bishop has to say. My poor performance in the qualifier has put me at the bottom of the grid. So for the finals, I'll need to limit my pit stop by conserving my tires and fuel. Of course, seeing as it's going to rain, I will have my pit stop strategically. Alright, it's all about taking practice, Simon Bishop. It's all about taking practice whenever you're going to have to do some more skills and more efficiency. Now, gonna have to go by car settings to have some settings of adjustment to go by racing medium compound tires, and also to have some tuning parts to be using on power restrictor, ballast, and output adjustment when using the full control computer. But remember folks, don't get too overtuned, and that will end up to be over-exceed by the limitation. So I'll have to be prepared to stop at 82%. Recalculate performance and being back on 609.83. I really hope if I had to be ready and just have to go prepared to do a minor step and go all in endurance. but it'll have to be more strategized and be on the main lookout in case a rain forecast is going to be a bit more challenging when using on racing compound tires on the surface. So here we go, folks. Let the countdown begin and rolling start in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. 15th position has now starting out on the bronze zone, and you might need to go up and go overtake to have some 14 race cars on the Mazda Roadster touring vehicles who have to be on the strategize to do your best effort. First hairpin clear, now go on hairpin 2 in sector 1 to be proceed on the first step of the overtake. Got to use the fuel map, then go right ahead on Nicholas Rebiller on the 13th position, then proceed on sector 2. There you go. Just have to go pushing up and have the boundaries of the limits that we've just been racing so far to have a lot of practice as we went down to do some custom race preparation. For this segment, it's all about 1 hour endurance racing is all about to have a focus on first position to get up on the goal. That's how I'm about to go to, and I really have to give it all I got to have a faster lap time will be needed and go up and forward to have a faster claim on the record by 1:09:39 seconds as lap number 2 will be entered underway. Got to go through on turn number 2 and 3. Now hairpin 2 on the lap. Got to go climbing up and get forward onto sector 2 to go back again. Got a good eye on Kei Kawakami on the Scion Roadster touring car. Got to go kick it up into high gear and go slipstream to be up on power 1. Okay, here goes. Final corner on sector 3. That's the ticket. Almost there, and halfway there in the middle of the grid as the dirt lap has now been proceed. Now I see Adam Wilk in the green Roadster touring car. Got to go in about 0.5 seconds to go. Quicker than commit. But slipstream is important. Okay, close call to be nearby the apex without avoid a penalty. We always have to be on the lookout if there's going to be having a good way to be slowed down earlier after the third hairpin. So this penalty line is going to be the only option that we have to be slowed down if there's going to be a mistake occur. So there's Ryota Kokoban is now currently to be overtaken at the first position in the lead by 59.501 seconds. Here comes the fourth lap, and total gap distance on 16.4 seconds has still yet ongoing. Talk about having a 1 hour endurance is all I need to have a bit more time and get some skills to be amp up to have a higher level of driving style of the paces. The main requirement to have some specific parts to be using on the Mazda Roadster touring car to be adding up to have some two types of choices to go either on naturally aspirated and turbocharger. But that could be helpful and doing all the way in to get much more targeted acceleration to get yourself to be proven up and work your way onto the further of the length of the gap distance around on Tsukuba circuit. Now back onto the final corner. Got to make that turn to be tightened up and get enough speed. Fifth lap, up I go, then overtake T Yamanaka is still right around on the 9th position. So don't try to push yourself too much during on the daytime on sunny day condition for the first 10 minutes during the first part of the endurance race whenever you're going to try your best cool. But I've been spending trying to do some decent amount of practice to do some strategy of calculation to see how faster can it go when using a single Roadster touring car by having a minimum of performance regulation. But it's just a test, and I just really have to see how far can it go. Now it's at 69%. Got to go inside in. Good overtake. Moving on to the 8. Alright, there we go on the first hairpin at turn 1. Now for turn 2 and 3. Then hairpin 2, dive in, then catching up to Boss Beat Boris in about 1.6 seconds to go. Alright, there we go. Gotta stay on him. I have to stay on him. Got to go power 1, then final turn on sector 3. Alright, there we go. Just 6 more to go. Then proceed on lap number 7. Got to be very extra careful when touching the apex. The simpler it gets, the simple faster can it go. Alright, that's a good advantage. Push it and overtake Valeo Gallo's position on the 7. Then I'm on the 6. You know, every racing compound tires is all about to have some categories to be on a dry surface. We're using hard, medium, and soft during the first part of the leg to be priored on the rain forecast on Tsukuba circuit. I'm always well prepared to have that rain forecast if I had to go and do the advantage to catch up on the first position. The simple choice is, how far can you actually to be having some 2 choices to be either on heavy wet and intermediate or heavy wet tires. But that will have to do some proper strategy decision before the rain comes in on Tsukuba circuit. But not yet, to be patient at least, but we still have a sunny day with some mostly cloudy to be seen on the lookout in the meantime. So it's only down to 4.3 seconds on the sub gap to catch up to Takuma Minasono along with Iko Fraka and Koke Lopez. Going up, and fuel is on the halfway mark by 50% to go. Alright, 9th lap, here I go, and gonna have to keep pushing. Turn 1 on the first hairpin by the exit is going to be a bit more caution that we have to be very extra careful without losing too much grip. Same goes on hairpin 2. Just proceed with exercise caution and have the trails to go for the line. Alright, that's a good trick and good skill set. Then hairpin 3, kick it up into the max. So I wonder what happened if I had to save a content replay to be set in public after the 1 hour endurance at Tsukuba circuit is going to be the main source of requirement. I should rather have to do that a long time ago, along with the weekly challenges is going to be a very good best part of Ejected. But the good news is, Speedtemberfest is the celebration of this month is all about the cars that can go faster on the track. That's why I just come up with a series on GT7 to be part of this month in September. Just only 4 weeks and I just barely well prepared to be set up on the 2nd week in this month on September is going to be featured to have a Porsche Carrera 356 on the hardtop and topless versions at Archer Norwood. but I'll have to put that one onto the list and just have to be set on prior schedule on Sunday. So here it goes. Got to go amp up the speed and torque on sensitivity to have a gap distance in about 11.8 seconds to go. So no sign of incoming rain. Now on the 11th lap and 49 minutes to go. So we have 50 minutes left of this race, folks. I really have to keep going and just have to keep trying to go hard and stay focused on the first position during this part of the segment. I've been waiting for this all day and just have to do a lot of practice before this one is going to be doing the real deal. But hopefully, if I had to be drilled to be a success, one part of the race, then the next one is going to have to take a progress to go by having a total of 1 hour endurance races to be having some different challenges by using specific characteristic of vehicles. The first one is going to be a very good example to be using on the Mazda Roadster touring car to go pro racing on the class. So coming up onto the 12th lap to be earlier and proceed onto the first turn. Got to get closer to Takuma Minasono and Igor Fraga on the 4th and 5th place. Now here comes the brake zone on hairpin 2. I got the inside and just have to tighten up the ropes to go side by side between me and Igor Fraga. Sector 2, go right ahead, and I got it onto the 4th position in the can. I see Koke Lopez on the 3rd place, along with S. Dalton and E. Romeo. Mikhail Hisal on the 2nd position. I'll have to go push it in, and full speed ahead to have a good exact position in about lean 6 to get up forward in about 11.5 seconds to Ryuto Kokuban in 1st place. There we go, 13th lap and 2nd place and plus silver position on the range by 5th place. We'll have to get there by having 1 position on the car. So I have to take some time, be patient, and be quick about it. Alright, that's good. 3rd hairpin is on clear. Now the next one is going to be entered at the blue zone, so keep an eye out, folks. Whenever Ryuto Kokuman might be getting a little bit crowded with some last place drivers to be seen when entered on the blue zone. So I had to expect on the lookout and be sure try not to do anything else to be confusing with other drivers when they're on the blue zone to be proceed on the faster. There's a Portilla on turn 1 in lap 14, previously on the 13th lap. Okay, sunny day is about to get soon to be covered with clouds. Here comes the light percentage chance of rain. Okay, Takuma Minasono is coming in by the offense in about 0.3 seconds behind. Time to go defense and go by having a radar by doing a monitor of surveillance lookout. So I had to be on the lookout. Okay, he's about to go to the pit. Now's my time. And resume the chase to Ryuto Kokuban's position in about 11.8 seconds as the 15th lap is about to go proceed forward. Come on. Got to deal with hairpin 2. The light percentage chance of rain is coming in soon. Okay, I got 12% chance of the fuel to be remain. Got to go maintain control. Okay, Ryuta Kokubun has now entered the first position on the pits. 5% on the fuel and using on the Racing Soft compound tires. That should do a perfect plan. Now, this will have to go for having a proceed forward to be on first position. Alright, false alarm. It was Kei Kawakami on the 13th position. Blues out and go right in. Here it comes, you guys. There's going to be having a light % chance of rain. And good guess on the refuel requirement to be down below in 8%. So let's get in there and proceed to be stopping at the first pit. Okay, let's go on to the right direction. Now cue the cutscene to be... So folks, this is how you should probably have to be using on racing medium or soft racing tires to have some tuning of requirement to go amp up and be quick about it to have a time limit in about 43 minutes and 40 seconds to go. But we still have a lot of time, folks. I know, it's been a lot of tough efforts to be climbing up and get yourself that I just need to have some more patience on racing strategy. So looks like Ryuta Kokubun is back onto the top 3. Just have to be patient and wait while Igor Fraga is in the lead. Alright, back in the race and back on the silver ejected on 5th place. Come on, I really have to do it. I need to have that race to be achieved and go clear by the first. But still, Kokubun's current lap time is still remained by 59.501 seconds. Igor Fraga is at the pits right now. I have to go right in and gap distance to be changed up on update by 29.7 seconds. Okay, gonna have to go proceed on Battlefield Gallo. He's on the 4th place. Just dive it till you have to go perfect on the right corner at the final turn. Okay, back on 12.6 seconds. Now let's go for round 2 between me and Ryuta Kokubun to catch up onto the further length of the gap. Come on, just have to push it. Blues out. Current other drivers are still currently to be previous onto the last lap from 17. As I'm on the 18, I just really have to try to keep pushing a little bit more harder whenever I see some few other chance of rain. But the clouds are being surrounded on Tsukuba circuit. Just keep your eyes peeled. Okay, that should do the trick. Stay on the lean position 4. Got to go up and shaft it onto the better gear. Go on power mid 2. Okay, 15 seconds on the decimal of 0.9 for Ryuta Kokubun. No time for having a little bit less stalling. I just need to go faster for more paces. There's E. Romeo on 18th position. Blues out, and we got some few other chances to have some other opponents to go quicker and proceed forward from the previous lap earlier to be towards the end on the 17 then the number 18 on the way. Alright, lap number 20. Come on, let's go and proceed. I still have third position on the silver. I really have to keep up and keep trying to stay focused to have a number 1 spot on the goal. Now I saw G Soto and Ed Portilla are about to go side by side on hairpin 3. They're about to go at it and have G Soto on the 16th position by crossing the penalty line without being slowed down. Alright, that should do very efficiency pace. 21st lap. Now gonna have to continue on in partly cloudy condition of the weather forecast. Slowing down to 14.5 seconds. Come on, I have to do this. Almost there in about 2.2 seconds on Tsukuba Minasono. Okay, the other side did not wave out the blue flag. Just have to keep a good watchful eye on the peel. Time to go up in lean 6, hold down the position, and do it on lean 5. Let's check again on the radar. Looks like there might be some blue spot coming in. This could be a very tough challenge. I should rather be ready for it. When using the racing medium compound tires, is going to be a method of strategy to go for a balance of grip. So remember folks, have your TCS to be set in 2 or 5. This could get a little bit more challenging to brace yourself. Proceed with well-balanced caution without being too much slowing down. But it could be a bit more challenging, so we have to be more responsibility to keep a good well-balance on mobility. Alright, let's go and take the 23rd lap. I can feel it to catch up to Minasono's position on the number 2 spot. Just have to go dive in and deal with hairpin 1 on the first turn, then turn number 2 and 3. Okay, good respawn movement on the feedback. Just have that torque. We'll have to kick it up on respawn. Alright, that's a good push. Then inside on hairpin 3. Second place viewers, I am going right back and continue on the ongoing progress. Well, of course, I really had to deal with the opponent this time. It won't be long because I just really had to go embrace it for the super pace of the UDRS Insportec to find a good line. Here it comes. Windshield wipers turn on and watch the surface of the percentage. I really have to keep that balance up in the grip. It's only down to 12.4 seconds to go on Ryuta Kokubun's position. And I just really have to do all the skills I've been really to enjoy everything I got so far out there. As you can see viewers, 35 minutes and 27 seconds to go during the first lap of the endurance race on Tsukuba circuit. Is about to go for the second wave of the challenge to go face up in the rain on the forecast to be on the matter of the lookout, as the surface percentage is about to go increase a little bit more simultaneously. If I had to be well more patient about it, and this will have to take that cold pace of the Insportec racing spirit, will have to be amp up and face the possible opponent to get there when I was in third place after Takuma Minasono just overtake my current lead. But it won't be long, because I just really have to keep exactly to go amp up with a better torque of the speed sensitivity after watching the first spin-off series of Dispenser Camp Stab Stories, where Jensen has now been take place after season 1. Here it goes. Round 2 for me and Takuma Minasono. Dirt hairpin, amp up on the torque. Okay, looks like he's still got a better advantage. Come on, let's keep going and press on to the 26th lap. This could get a bit more tricky, turn serious into intense. Just have to keep working hard, and looks like Kokoban's current position on the gap by 13.6 seconds is going impossible. Now, all I have to do is gonna have to deal with the other drivers when the blue zone catches in. Alright, here it comes. Have 19.6 seconds away from Mikhail Hisal's current position to buy some time. Okay, I saw Portilla coming in. Got to overtake his current same position. Now gonna have to keep going. Nope, not gonna spin out this time. Traction 2 is gonna be an urgent reminder heads up notice. Okay, there it goes. Kokoban is at the pits. Got to be hurry up and quick about it. This race can't be very tortured. I'd rather have to stay on the asphalt without going up the track on the final turn. Okay, gonna have to go full safeties on. 28 lap. Got to be safe and go proceed with caution. Okay, he's on the racing intermediate tires right now. I'd rather have to be ready to go full defense. Got to go adding up on brake balance 2 on the front. Let's see how it works. Counter up by the balance and counter up by full traction to keep it well safe in one piece. This race is going to be a long pain to deal with the time limit, but almost there to be having an extra minute before the 30-minute countdown is about to go for the next phase of the racing objective. But good news is, I just finally got the lead and just had to be on the monitor surveillance by having a fuel of requirement to go down below in 38%. But still, I really had to keep a good watchful eye on Ryota Kokoban's position on the gap by 4.6 seconds to go. Windshield wipers coming back on, and light percentage chance of rain is now going back on the matter of the spot. Okay, safety's up. This should be doing good and well as possible. Okay, now blue zones keep coming back in. That was a close call to be having a major call out without being received on the penalty. Okay, I see him. I see Kokobun in the blue roadster official blue variation. Got to be well prepared and go on a tough defense. Okay, sector 1 clear. Now gonna have to go proceed on sector 2. Come on, Ryuta Kokobun. Just take the slipstream. I'll be waiting to go defense. So here comes the 31st lap, and 2 minutes pass before the 30-minute countdown has now just begun. This could be brings back for the other driving missions, as we just do a road car competition to have 30 minutes around on the same track at Tsukuba. But this one is different. Monster Roadster Touring Car is about to get things to go with a serious racing level. But I still got this in the lead, and a possible refuel by over 25% to go. Just have to stay on track and keep up the line effort whenever I have to stay on the defense to go on the inside of the further apex. Alright, that should do well, and have enough time to go for having a further up on the gap. But still around by having a percentage on the rain. So I wonder how the method strategy works whenever you're gonna have to try to keep follow with Ryuta Kokobun's position when he's on first place. That could be a one secret trick of surprise when you enter Tsukuba Circuit 1 hour endurance with the Monster Roadster Touring Car. That could be a bit much more surprising of the strategy tip for Gran Turismo 7 on driving missions to human comedy. But other parts might be quite very useful to be helpful to be doing on one single Monster Roadster Touring Car during the 1 hour of endurance. But what's this? Kokobun has now entered the pit stop for the second time. That should be wonderful good news, and I just really got a good resourceful strategy idea to stay up front and go faster to be amp up the torque by having a good procedure on first place. That's an excellent good strategy of the tip, and just have to stay forward to keep pressing on and go procedure to be coming around on hairpin number 2 is currently to be on the 33rd lap. So I had to keep going, and Kokobun's current position is now going right back into Salt Racing tires, is about to go for the next round. But I got 24.9 seconds to go, and I'm still on the road and keep up the good amp up the torque to stay on lean 6 to hold down the fort. But it's not over yet until the beautiful lady sings. I really have to stay on top of it to keep a good line of the motion. Here comes the 34th lap. more cars coming in, and the other one is coming out at the pits by having a new fresh set of the tires. Okay, it's about to get a little bit zoom in. I know, I just really had to keep trying to keep a good focus to stay up ahead when I'm on first place. Okay, there's Mikhail Hisal on the fib. Got to go on hairpin 3 again. 14th position on T Yamanaka. Okay, that was a close call. Okay, gonna have to be cool and be caution. Come on. I really have to take the first position is what I need to have. Okay, gonna have to go short straightaway. Alright, let's go right in and have the pit stop to be proceed over to have the third time only. So I really have to be ready, folks. This has got to be a bit more caution, and full traction is now going to be on the full increased safety measure. So I'll have to wait and see how Kokubun is going to have to take that advantage to go by having a full position by 20 seconds. We'll have to buy some time. Have my crew to be ready to use the same tire compound. He's in the lead, and I still got second position. Now I'll have to wait for Takuma Minasono in about 43 seconds. Alright, there we go. New fresh on the medium compound tires, and this is going to be a bit more careful to be proceed on the caution risk. Back on TCS 5. Got to go full balance and slow and steady. Okay, I'm not giving up yet. The rain condition is going to get more serious as I ever thought would be. So I had to keep my hopes and grips and balance. This could get serious. Come on, just pull that torque up. Traction reinforce into 3. Slower on the line. It's only down to 21 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Alright, that's good. Kokubun is at the pits. This could be the only time to be ready. I have to brace myself and go by full safety measures to be on the extreme caution, as the rain condition when using the racing soft tires or medium is going to be a bit more heavy, turns intense. So back in the lead, and this will have to go by safety measures to go by full defense. Alright, rain condition. I know you really want me so bad, and I'll have to face it to overcome the obstacle of fear of racing. I really have to do this on my own. This could be a serious, tough, impossible risk. Alright, that's good. But the bad news is, Tsukuba has the upper hand. I really have to be ready for this. This has got to do it all the way. Alright, time to go back to the pits, and just have to go for having a heavy wet tires is now being up and go. It's only down to 19 minutes and 33 seconds to go. But refuel is okay, but tires is more important to have some strategy tips. Might have to go helping out and give it an extra of a go. Alright my crew, hustle and quick. Alright, that's good. Now, back in the race and give it a better grip of mobility balance. Okay, 18.8 seconds on Ryuta Tsukuba when he's back in the lead. Got to be extra careful with caution to avoid having a wet grip on slippery. That is why I had to be on the lookout for having a green spot on the heavy wing. It is going to be more modest turns intermediate. I really have to face that obstacle if Tsukuba is going back to the pits by adding up on putting in heavy wet. Just have to keep going and have 10 seconds away from Takuma Minasono's current position on the third, and still yet remain on second as I still entered on the silver zone position. So here comes the 40th lap. Let's go and face the heavy, severe condition. Okay, good regained recovery. Alright, that's good. Now gonna have to keep pushing, and still by 16.3 seconds up ahead, and Minasono is going to decrease to have my defense to buy some time. I can take it. Just have one final turn, won't hurt a bit. But he's at 82% on the fuel. So there we go. Back in the lead. Now, Tsukuba is on second for round 3. Alright, happy trails. But it's not over yet until the time limit is still yet around by 16 minutes to go. Just listen to the sound of the water to be splashing in, folks. I barely hear it. Okay, just stay by 5 seconds to go down into 4.9. I really have to win this race at no time, and this is gonna have to take 15 minutes to go to be adding up by 45 seconds. So the spectators are just really enjoy watching the race out there, viewers. they just grab their jacket and their hoodie on, so they just don't want to get wet. So let's see the surveillance lookout. Still around by having a light percentage on the rain spot. We'll be out of there heavy in no time and deal with the wet surface first. Okay, looks like I've been always practicing and doing this for having a current real deal part of the challenge. But I can face it for another day, as I just really have to go for a different livery variation on the same Roadster touring car. But good thing my original blue style, just the only kind of a best livery style, is what I need to have the good place to start. Team Insportec has #1 best priority to go achieve by the first position. So almost there by finishing up on the 42nd lap. Now it's on the 43rd lap. Okay, there we go. Now that's the ticket to add by 6.5 seconds. Now all I have to do is wait, patient, and catch up to Simon Bishop in 15th place by having 2 laps plus away. Keep trying, Simon Bishop. Every car will always have to do some more practice every day. We'll get it right. Okay, monitor surveillance on Mikhail Hisal at the pits at 5th place. Still currently using on the racing heavy wet tires. We're almost out of the rain yet, and we got some more cars coming out at the pits. But right on time for Mikhail Hisal. Now's my time to overtake. Then catch up to the other drivers are about to get separate on the grid in the 14, 13, and 12th place. Blues out on the zone. Okay, successful. I just finally did it. Kokubun is on 3rd place while Takuma Minasono is at 12.714 seconds. He's going a little offense. I had to watch my 6 and keep focused on the turns with facing the wet surface to come around, as the 45th lap is about to be on the way in about 12 minutes to go, added by 8 seconds. Okay, there's a contact. I can hardly feel it. Just be careful on me, Mikhail Hisal. I just really need to give some space and be more respectful driver. But kindful and respective is the possibility to have some possible focus to be facing on the wet track. Okay, the rain stopped and still partly cloudy. But good thing we still have enough wet surface left, as the heavy wet tires will keep on going. 45th lap clear. Now I'm on the 46th lap. Time to keep going and stay up on a high gear. Just take that turn to go slower and steady. Okay, that should do very well to have that left side of the track. Both marshals are now whipping out on the blue flag, is now being proceed and keep going. Okay, here comes the 47th lap. Just 3 more to go, and I'm on the 50th lap. We'll have to take that time limit before 10 minutes is about to go in. Just let Minasono come. I've been waiting for this as I had to be on the lookout before entered on the next pit stop. Just have to go a little bit more full throttle. Now I got a better push and better respawn balance of the fuel. Nope, not today. I just know the possible method is gonna have to take that watchful eye on the contact, or if anything else, won't lose a grip. Well, that was a close call, and that is a pretty tough late corner on the outside in the final turn. Okay, that could be a bit more challenging and more intense. But sometimes it's all in a day's fair racing work. We just really might need to be very careful not to do any more mistakes when facing up on a tight turn. I just really have to be well prepared to do this, as I just have to keep it more careful to be dealing with a wet surface. So good thing the rain just being stopped and subsided, and good thing coming back to normal on the sunny day condition. It's only down to 8 minutes to go, folks. Just have to stay strong and stay dependent on first place. Is going to get a little bit much more longer out there to be achieved by having a first part of the driving mission in the human comedy. And there's Kokubun is on the 3rd position to be stopped at the pits by 52% when using the racing intermediate tires. Now I'll have to wait for Takuma Minasono in the meantime in about 7.1 seconds to go. Come on, I really have to keep it, work up the progress and stay ongoing. I really hope if I had to be more proceed on the next lap later on, as I had to try to stay strong and survive this race. Well, not to mention, folks, sometimes it gets a little bit more crowded towards the final turn on the previous lap. Is going to get a little bit messy out there due to the clear spot is going to get a little bit decreased, and some of them are about to get stay remain. So here I am arriving on lap number 50. Okay, I'll have to let Mikhail Hisal to go first. Well, I just really have to do a little bit more quick apology and just have to move on to the next lap. Just have to keep a good eye on the tires. It's about to get a little bit low soon. Down to 6 minutes to go. I really have to stay defended and keep going to be longer as possible. So I'll have to let them come and let Mikhail Hisal to be stopped at the pits. So there we go. Just have Minasono to go in, and I'll have to be patient on the lookout if Ryuto Kokubun is coming right back on to 2nd place. This could be the ultimate sacrifice if I had to take that risk and time a reminder in about 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. But I have 18.1 seconds remaining. Okay, I just really need to have some time. 5 minutes is now being ready to go, countdown on the way. So this is it, viewers. This has to take one last push and one more pit stop to go. Have my crew to be ready up, and there's going to be having some one best call of sacrifice if I really need to take some time and be quick about it. Oh boy, I just really hope if Kokobun is now coming right back in the lead. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, tires is now back onto medium and have a refuel to be stationed up and go. Alright, 4 minutes to go, and this is going to be now or never. Man, I just really have to win this race so far out there, folks. This strategy is going to be a random choice of opportunity if I have to go achieve it by first place. I should rather have to stay on heavyweight tires, but sometimes balance is more important. So I had to go hustle and bustle to have that length of the gap to go deal on in about 14 seconds to go. So I just really had to be doing a lot of more practice that I just come so far out there. Now I had to keep a good eyes on the clock and just had to keep pressing on. Okay, that's 13.6. 53rd lap is on the progress. Okay, Kokobun is slowing down. That's 12 seconds down to 11.8. 10 seconds down to 2 minutes and 17 seconds. .6 seconds. Nope, not gonna slow down. I almost barely had it. He's still got an upper hand advantage. Come on. Slowing down to 1 minute and 26 seconds. I need to keep pushing a little bit more harder. He's slowing down, folks. Kokobun is slowing down a little bit. This could be a little bit more nearly there to have a minute left until the final lap is about to get underway. This is going to be a long, tough effort out there to have this part of the segment, folks. I really hope if I had to go well achieved and successful, but there will be having a second map did if I have to go again for round 2. That's how I really have to take that rematch at any time during this segment is going to have to take a possible choice of map did during the part 145 of the full walkthrough. And here it comes, down to 35 seconds left. Come on, just stay on top of it. It's only down to 7.8. Okay, 12 seconds. 10 seconds. The 56th lap is about to be ready to go overtime. Koke Lopez has finished earlier on 6, Busby Boris on 7. Now the other drivers are being ongoing. This could get a little bit more intense. So far so close, and Ryuto Kokuban is about to have a fast achieved victory win to be on first position to get there, and there's going to be having a second map did in the meantime. And there it goes. Kokuban took the win, and the other racers are about to go proceed to the finish line on 56th lap to be well on the place. Man. So far so close. I just barely took second on silver. Barely took second on silver and 56th lap. Good race, Ryuto Kokuban. Now let's see I can get up to goal. Man. What a tough, difficult race, viewers. And I was so very close to have exactly for over an hour, adding up by 49.889 seconds, and very yet to be achieved by a faster lap on the dirt lap by 59.501 seconds. But it's not over yet. I still might need to have point A to be considered this as the main point of the original map did, or I'll have to go again for having a rematch on the next part of the attempt. But man, 56th lap on second position is going to be a hard, grueling difficulty, as I really might need to go hard again. But with all due respect, every one part of the content video that contains to have one race in 1 hour is the possible main part of the objective is all about the test your skills, will push it to the limit. So let's see how the replay will have to be saved by a require of the content. But that should be doing well, and I'll have to find out soon enough if I had to set this one to be made in public. But second place and 56th lap is going to be a long, tough effort out there. We'll have to go all the way for having a new day to be exactly to be received by having a combo of earning in about 700,000 GT credit by silver and bronze altogether. But good race, folks. Good race. And I'll have to make sure to have this one. We'll have to be adding up to have the second one if I had to go achieve on first place. But it takes a lot of practice and have the real deal of the challenge if you're gonna have to prove yourself to go up in about first position by having some total of driving marathon in 185.9 miles of today and yesterday earlier. But 4-star ticket has now been received. But man, I did my best, viewers, but I just really had to keep that same part to go again if I had to go by achieving on the goal. So that's one race down and 7 more to go, but it's not over yet. I really might need to keep practice some more if I had to get it right and have a series for this content video to go for a major all-in by having 1 hour of endurance. I just really have to keep promise on part 146 as I'm about to be ready to take on in the Trial Mountain Circuit for 1 hour endurance by using the BAC Mono 2016. But don't worry, folks, it's not over yet until I have to be ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video we'll have to continue on, as I just really have to go achieve by having a receive on gold medal on Tsukuba Circuit in 1 hour endurance. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deviant Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, memberships are now open to everyone. Will be available to get early access for a price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and other features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out to support and grow by giving super thanks as an extra. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video by continuing on in the human comedy driving missions. Keep on racing, stay clean.